Welcome to another unboxing by theplayersaid.com. I'm Grant. Today I'm unboxing the Lost Expedition, which is the most recent release from Osprey Games, a game developed and designed by Pierre Sylvester. Recently, well, actually in the last 6 or 8 months, we had reviewed several of Osprey Games' new line of games, including Odin's Ravens, which was a remake of a game from several years ago. Card game, very fun. Also Let Them Eat Cake, also designed by Pierre Sylvester. Escape from Colditz was another game, and They Come Unseen. So they've got a good line of games. I think their MO with their games are, they're a little more family oriented, but they still have strategy and a lot of intricacies and complexity. We also played Agamemnon, which was a very fun, simple, abstract game. But this is their most recent release. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And it's called The Lost Expedition. So let's go ahead and unbox it, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the game. But Osprey has done a great job. What they've done a really good job of, I believe, is the components. This is kind of a clamshell box, so it's really self-contained. You can see it's easily opened and easily closed. It actually fastens very well. It doesn't have a magnetic holder, but it stays in place very well. But you can see this game is actually, it can either be played co-op or up to 5 players. Yeah, here in the bottom. 1 to 5 players, 30 to 50 minutes for ages 14 plus. This is an exploration game where you are taking on the role of an explorer trying to follow in the footsteps, I believe, of the famous explorer Perry Fawcett, who was trying to find the city of El Dorado or the city of gold, and I don't think he made it. So you're trying to go through. This is a game of resource management, so you have bullets, you have ammunition, food, as well as health, and I think some equipment as well. And you're trying to manage those so that you can move forward through the journey trying to get to the end. Once again, you can do it solo. You can also do it with up to 5 players. Here are some examples of the cards, but we'll look at those here in a moment. Here is an advertisement for one of their games upcoming, Star Cartel. Don't know much about it. And here's some of those games that I had talked about. Odin's Ravens. We actually never played or reviewed Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. One that I would like to, but haven't got around to it. So there's an insert. Here are some of the counters. I really like the look of these counters. Here is morning and evening marker. They're not really thick, but they're sturdy. These are sturdy counters. Expedition leader, and here's your different resources, your health, your food. There's a chicken leg, and then here's your ammunition or bullets. So you're going to track those as you move through the expedition. Here are the rules. Fairly thick rule book, but it appears to be big print. There's a lot of pictures, and actually a lot of time appears to be taken, a couple of pages on designer notes, which I like to read. I like to understand why they did certain things. And this game, once again, is kind of based on some actual factual happenings that they're just trying to replicate in the form of a game. But there's some talk about the components. So you can see there's quite a few cards, and the different tokens there are described if you're interested. And then on to the rules. Game overview actually starts on page 4, talks about the adventure cards, the path, how the expedition works. Examples, which is always good, examples of how these cards work. You can see this is a thunderstorm there. And you can see the explorers must take shelter during a storm. First, they will skip the next 2 cards. Then they must either take shelter or get injured. One of the things that I've read online is a lot of this game is about minimizing effects of cards. You know, you may take 1 wound, but it's going to get you out of the next card, which is really bad. Or you can get rid of supplies to get you out of a card that would have really been bad. So that really is kind of the way it goes. You can see there's easy, normal, and hard versions, and it just has to do with the number of expedition cards that you are going to to get, as well as the number of health tokens that you start with. The goal, you're going to reach the final expedition card before you die or run out of supplies. Appears to be a morning and an evening phase. Once again, don't know much about that. Here are the solo rules, and then here's information about the game end. The game actually looks pretty fun. I watched a video on the Dice Tower. Really like the art. You can get a look at the art there. But I like games. I'm a sucker for games that are well produced, that have good art. Don't get me wrong, they must have good play mechanics, and also, in my opinion, must be fun to play. If I'm not having fun playing a game, I don't know why I'm playing it. But anyway, kind of a neat looking game. So there's the rule book. All told, about 14 pages, but a lot of those pages are examples. These cards are huge. They're oversized. Here, we're going to go ahead and open these. Let me go ahead and I'm going to use my teeth. Don't tell my mom. I used to get yelled about that when I was a kid. Really enjoyed using my teeth to open things. Really nice cards. These are really thick. You can't really tell. Great art, like I said. I really like the look and feel. But here's some of the players. Roy, Teddy, looks like Teddy Roosevelt, Ines, Bessie, etc. And then here's I think these are the Adventure Path cards. So you're going to lay that out, and there's the City of El Dorado, which is your ultimate goal. Let's go ahead and open the other thicker, much thicker pack of cards, and I think these are the event cards, or the cards that you're going to have to overcome in order to move your expedition forward. I tell you, these are really nice cards. These are going to wear very, very well. Here it looks like you're finding an abandoned camp, and you're going to be able to collect those goods, which is probably good. Once again, I don't really know how the game plays, but you can see there's a lot of different. It's gonna require you to spend these resources to get through this. Piranhas, look at that, blood in the water already. Poisonous frog, lots of different cards, and to me, leeches. Look at that. This is going to really lend to its replayability. If you have a lot of cards, and it looks like there's 56 different location cards. Once again, don't know if the rules are going to take you through each and every one of those. Look at that stack of cards. I don't know what that is. That's just a remnant from the printing. I don't know if it's going to take you through each and every one of those cards, but I think there's going to be some replayability, because I don't think you're going to see each and every one of those. Player aids, there you go. Really helps you understand what the symbols mean. And then here's the different actions that you can take. Any game must have, in my opinion, a good player aid. A player aid will help you play the game, even if you're not necessarily totally familiar with the rules. And then you don't have to refer back and forth to the rule book. It becomes so difficult to continue playing a game and having to check every time a question comes up. You can really find the information here on these cards. And then here you got a couple wooden meeples. Did I say the game is for 1 to 5, or did I say 1 to 2? Let me double check that. I thought I said 1 to 5 on the back. Here, give me just 1 second. It doesn't really say. I swore it said on the back of the box 1 to 5. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it says 1 to 5, but there's only 2 markers, so I don't, once again, don't exactly know what that is. But that is our unboxing video for the Lost Expedition. Interesting looking game. I think it looks fun and will be very, very challenging. I have also read online, don't expect to win often. And I think that's a hallmark of a competitive game. To me, if it's too easy to win, why are you playing it? A good co-op, I think out of 10 tries, to me, you should only win 3 or 4. If it's a really detailed and a really hard game, you might only win 2. One game that I played recently, Mound Builders by Victory Point Games, it's a solitaire, not a co-op. And I'm telling you, I've won 1 time, I think, out of 4 or 5 plays. So anyway, good co-op like this, I think it's going to be fun. and give it a try. It's out on the market now. I think it actually released on June, I want to say the 20th. They were selling this at Origins, and I got mine in the mail from Osprey Games. So thanks for providing us a copy of that to play and review. So that's it. Have a nice time trying this game out. And if you have any comments, let us know. Like the video, and we'll go from there. So we'll catch you on the flip side. This is Grant. Thanks.